So ultimately what's happening is all the doing is energetically blocking. And all the expecting is blocking the manifestation as well. Because when you're in this tunnel vision of expectation, it should be this way. I should be further along. I shouldn't be here. What's happening is you're missing the opportunity to recognize where you are, how great things are in this moment, what is possible in this moment, the creative possibility in this moment, the exciting potential in this moment. You're blocking it. Really ground ourselves in what today's intention was, which is to open up our consciousness to creative possibilities for new ways of being, to believe that we can be in a different state, even if we can't see it yet, to think it, to feel it, to believe it. Give yourself permission to dream and think your way into your desired feelings. And then in that dreaming and meditating, allow the feelings to become a true energetic sensation in your body. And then breathe into it more and more and more, and let the momentum of that feeling ground you and surround you. Before you know it, that feeling becomes your reality. Think it to feel it, believe it, and allow it to come into form. What's cool is that you feel good. And so if you're feeling good, you're not necessarily looking for something outside of yourself to feel better. All right, here's my advice. If you want a relationship, be unapologetic about it, because you coming on right now and saying to me, your old friend, your teacher, your sister, saying to me very publicly, I don't have anything I want to manifest. When I'm sitting here knowing exactly what you want to manifest, means that you are diminishing your desires because of the fear of not being able to manifest them. And I know you well enough that you can't come out here without getting a real Gabby ass kicking. And here it is. You, my love, have a desire that you may be downplaying. And I want to call it out right now. And anyone else out there that thinks they might be, someone goes, boom. Anyone else out there who thinks they might be downplaying their desires, I want to see a high five, because I want you to straight up give it to me. Give it to me. And I see that even with myself. You know, I have a desire and I'm keep saying like, well, you know, I'm open to something else if it's not that. And it's like, I am open to creative possibilities and I will stay receptive, but I don't want to take away what my desire is. I don't want to diminish my desire. I don't want to minimize it. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. This is probably one of the most profound ways to look at life. When we stop expecting things to be the way that we think they should be, when we stop forcing outcomes, and when we start allowing what is of the highest good to be our only agenda, our only intention, that's when the universe truly has our back. That's when we can live what it means to surrender. True surrender comes when we stop praying for what we think we need and we start connecting and grounding in what could possibly be of the highest good for all. And when we stop praying for what we think we need and we start allowing what is of the highest good for all. So true manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. And it begins not just with how will I get what is of the highest good, but how can I be open to what is of the highest good? How can I open up my consciousness to release what I think I need and get grounded in what is possible and what is of the highest good, not just for me and my agenda, but the highest good for all. That's the message. So you're doing everything right in that you're open to a spiritual practice, you're willing to grow, you're showing up for your practice, you're reading books, you're doing the work, you're here on Dear Gabby, you're showing up, you're showing up, you're showing up. You're doing a lot of doing though, and you're also doing a lot of expecting. And so a lot of doing and a lot of expecting are two major blocks to your ability to attract what it is that you want into your life. And so it's the doing that actually creates sort of a manic manifesting vibration, which is, how do I get that? What do I do next? Got to do this thing next. Got to do this thing next. And that lacks the belief system that I can be still and I can allow. That's number one. Number two, being in the expectation of what you think things should be is another block to your manifesting power and your super attractor power, which is what I call it, because your expectations are limiting the possibilities. Your expectations are limiting the highest good, as this card says. So when we start to pray for what is of the highest good, rather than intend and pray for what we think we need, that's when the universe can conspire with what it is that is of the highest good for all. So ultimately what's happening is all the doing is energetically blocking. And all the expecting is blocking the manifestation as well, because when you're in this tunnel vision of expectation, it should be this way. I should be further along. I shouldn't be here. What's happening is you're missing the opportunity to recognize where you are, how great things are in this moment, what is possible in this moment, the creative possibility in this moment, the exciting potential in this moment. You're blocking it. I want you to sit on your ass. I want you to stop doing. I want you to start being, which is what you also said. You're actually Dear Gabbying yourself. You said, I want to embody the feeling. I want to embody the emotion. The being is a presence. It's an energy. It's a state. It's not an action. True manifesting does require us to show up for our desires. You got to pick up the phone and then call the job interview, and you have to ask for the date, and you have to do whatever it is that you want to create. But ultimately, the greatest source of power that we have to attract what we want is how we feel. Now, here's the answer to this question that I think is a universal question. How do I manifest, or how do I manifest when things aren't going right in my life, when things are not going well? The bottom line is that manifesting isn't about getting anything. Manifesting is about feeling good. So even when things are in their darkest moment, even when we're going through the most difficult circumstances, we have the capacity to lean into moments, subtle shifts, moments of serenity, moments of gratitude, moments of faith, moments of relief, moments of joy. Even if it's a split second, that's enough. So right now, you're here with me on Dear Gabby. This is a moment of joy. You were really happy to be here. There's a meditation waiting for you in your manifesting challenge. That is a moment of joy. So manifesting isn't about catapulting ourselves into feeling perfect all the time. It's about the subtle shifts for radical change. It's about the subtle shift of feeling a little bit better right now, and then a little bit better later, and then a little bit better later, and just continuously doing whatever it takes to get closer to the level of heightened awareness of that presence of joy within ourselves. That doesn't mean that we are walking around perfectly happy all the time, but it means that we are in the pursuit of feeling good. Being a super attractor isn't the person that's manifesting billions of dollars all day long and perfect things and perfect health. The super attractor is the person who lives in the pursuit of feeling good. Their deepest desire is to lean towards joy. That is our work as super attractors, as spirit junkies, as manifestors, to really show up for that inner sense of serenity and peace within ourselves so that we can wake up one moment at a time to the support that is within us and around us. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.